Hello there, I'm the Biz Manager and welcome to Universim, a card game that has been in early access for quite some time, but is now approaching the final stages of development, so I thought maybe it is time for us to take a look at it. But without further ado, let's just get into the game, shall we? We, as per usual, are going to go full default on everything. Default on difficulty, world, blah 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 blah. Now, I already have played the game a little bit, so we have like a few traits that I have unlocked by doing a few quests, but we are going to stay with a neutral trait, like we were playing the game for the very first time. Everything is going to stay in its standard settings, and well, I mean, how about we just start the game right now?
Wake up. Wake up, creator. This is the beginning of your story. It starts with nothing. Nothing but an infinite void. However, you, with a single touch, can awaken the light. And so the universe sprang into being. Worlds filled with endless potential were scattered into the beyond. They formed into many different shapes and sizes. And while most were doomed to drift among the cosmos barren and alone, others flourished. These few planets soon became home to the greatest phenomenon of all. However, life is a peculiar thing. It comes and goes as swiftly as a bit of space debris burning up in an atmosphere. A creator's purpose was always that of an observer, to simply admire the fleeting beauty of life's beginnings and ends. Yet, this balance could never last. The issue with allowing a species to evolve independently is that they always fail to do so. For life to have a better chance of succeeding, it needs a helping hand. Here we are. Welcome to Mother Planet. This is a rare sight, for it came to be that there was day and night, warmth and cold, and water to flow through the planet's veins. The soil was rich with minerals, which gave rise to a thick blanket of green. The perfect ecosystem was formed. It is no wonder, then, why life has chosen to inhabit it. A new species has been born, and they need guidance. This is your purpose now. Their very existence rests in your hands.
Alright, my friends, here we go. So I'm just going to ignore the basic parts of the tutorial. Sure thing. Now, the very first decision that you make in this game is probably one of the most important ones. Where do you place the epicenter of your civilization? Well, let me tell you where you are not going to put it. Next to the freaking volcano. There is a volcano on every planet, and that's what I'm trying to discover. It is most likely either this mountain right there, or this mountain right there. It's one of the two. So we are going to simply not put our city next to one of those. Otherwise, things will be very bad for us in the near future. So, now that we have determined where we are not going to put our city, let's find a suitable location to do so. We want a large body of water just like this one. Yep, this is the place. And now that we have the body of water, we want kinda make it close to some minerals such as this and some trees. And that's pretty much it. So this seems to be like a very good location. Let's put it right there. Okay, that's fine. This tiny little lake over there, it's a tad bit annoying. Maybe I can move it somewhere else. Yeah. Let's move it somewhere else. This is also a good location with less constraints to our future. We have a nice strip of Greenland and some of other biomes nearby. So I think I'd rather put it right in here so that we have also a little bit of free space to build stuff. There we go. And
Take a look at your
okay, could you please?
new subjects. They're called Nuggets, largely because of their body's apparent inability to keep itself in one piece. Adahi and Elu, the architects of their species. They are the founders of everything that Nuggets will ever know or achieve.
And there we go. Now, my friends, the narrator for this game is very entertaining, shall we say, so I will never interrupt him. I will let him speak his mind. Now, let's go through these thingies, open the research menu, add primitive tools. Let's do it like so. Add water wheel and water study. So, water wheel, there we go. And where is the water flow studies? There we go as well. We need kind of those tags are kind
Let's
of important.
see how this goes.
Game speed, sure, ignore that. No one cares about that. So pretty much in this game, your nuggets or your colonists, they will do a few things by themselves, like they will feed themselves, go search for water and stuff like that. Okay, you don't need to worry too much about that. They will build their own housing. You just need to place the supporting infrastructure. You know, stuff like warehouses, production
this is
buildings.
Quite a beautiful planet. Try not to ruin it, will you?
I will do my best, narrator, but I can't promise anything. And yeah, this is a very relaxing game, my friends. You like, it's just, it's one of those games that you play to be relaxed and not feel threatened by the game at every corner, right? You just, there, from my experience, there are like just a few moments in the game that might give you a little bit of stress, just a tiny little bit, but well, one of those moments I already took measures not to be bothered by it, by moving away from a potential disaster site. But I'm pretty certain that the game will still find a way to punish me for that. Let's not worry about it too much. It's going to take very, very long time until that moment arrives. But yeah, as you can see, like your dudes are going to go grab the materials themselves. You can actually, you know, grab the materials using some of your god powers. But we'll do it later. We still don't have a lot of points, so we shouldn't be wasting them. And yeah, they are just going to go around, collect themselves the required materials and bring them towards the location where they decide to build whatever they are going to build. Now, there is... how should I put it? There is set locations in the game where your nuggets are going to... It's not completely random. It is a little bit random, but not completely. There is like hidden roads. We still can't see them because we can't build nothing, but the second I'm able to build something, you'll see that there are kinda, you know, just roads already pre-made by the map. So yeah, let's see, what do you want me to do? Go and do the building that I just unlocked, which I believe is in here. Yes, it is, the water pump. So as you can see, as I move the building around, you can see these paths. These are the predetermined paths for your planet. You can build on top of them, by the way, but like your nuggets will guide themselves via these paths, and they will always build adjacent to them. You, of course, being a god, are not restricted by such things. But yeah, the first building that we need to do...
You've got mail, creator.
1 second, please. I'm still talking. There we go. The very first thingy is a water pump, but now we have a complaint. What? What can I do for you? Oh, Adam and Eve are having a love problem. Apparently, Adam is not exactly loving Eve enough. Don't worry, Eve, I'm on it.
I didn't think you knew anything about reproduction, Creator. Nuggets are all unique to one another. Although there are some things that are shared between nuggets, these include the need for certain essentials like food and water, a stable roof over their heads, and an occasional nap. They want to learn, build, discover, and create. It would all be quite inspirational if they also didn't happen to be the species that initially thought their shadows were trying to eat them.
By the way, who never thought that? Come on, narrator, give them a break. So, we are going to use our very first power. We can either use the power from the power wheel, or you can just press the nugget and select one of the available powers. Right now, hey, where is Eve? Come here. Bam, there we go.
Some sort of fairy godmother?
Hey, they need to reproduce, okay, narrator? Like, we need, as a god, we need to give them a small push. Because, you know, they might not know what they need to do, right? You know, no one ever taught them. No one ever had the conversation, right? The talk with them. So, you know, maybe we are the ones that need to do that. But, yeah, my friends, now they are going to make some sweet love and make themselves a couple of kids. Because, you know, we only have 2 colonists, and it would be pretty nice if we could have a little bit more. And you know, after that they will continue building the water pump. And okay, I will not disturb you. Jesus.
What is it you're hoping to see exactly?
Yeah, you're right, narrator. We should probably look away. It's kind of awkward for them. They knowing that they are being watched.
Oh,
right.
Look at that. A little baby nugget.
Jesus,
Aren't
that was
they
fast.
Adorable when they're young. Don't get too attached, though. They're still mortal after all. Plus, they will soon be old enough to have an opinion and make questionable life decisions. Let's see how much you like them then.
Don't worry, narrator. Don't worry. All right. So name the newborn Nuggets. Yeah, this is just to let us know that we can, you know...
Is this really what you want to spend your time doing? All right then, let's call them something silly.
Don't worry, I'm on it. This one is going to go from stone to stoned. Right, and the other one, where is the other nugget? Here it is. Kimia, what is your name? Stick? Not anymore, you are now Sticky. There we go, beautiful. What a creative mind I am, Jesus. Alright, my friends, so yeah, now we have 2 additional colonists, although they kinda are, you know, still a little bit young to work, so we'll have to wait a little bit. And well, I mean, let's not think too much about the math of love around this place, because you know, there is one couple over here and probably another couple right there. You know, it's the beginning of mankind. We should probably not think too much about this.
I hope you've been working on your beach body. You're not going to spend another summer just lazing around, are you?
And what would be the problem on that, narrator? What would be the problem? So yeah, now we just need to wait for the water pump to be completed so that we can move on. But, you know, nothing is stopping us from doing more research. So yeah, we should probably start thinking about, let's see, drinkable water in reservoirs. Unlock the reservoir, that is kind of important. Let me see. Nugget accessories unlocks engineering hut. So let's go first for fire, so that we can unlock fishing, you know, kind of a good thing, you know, to get yourself some stable food supply. Then primitive ovens or cooking will unlock the eatery, a place where your dudes can cook and eat. But you know, that's just because it's on the tech tree path, and it costs us nothing to do that particular research, so let's just start unlocking a few things. This one will unlock the engineer hut, so why not? And in here, warehouse, witch doctor, you know what, we can put one more, so maybe food cooking time reduced by 2 seconds, you know what, that's actually kind of good, so let's get those 5
Natural
researchers
evolution
going.
is a wonderful thing to observe. Unfortunately, it usually ends poorly. We don't have time for that. Fortunately, you have the ability to influence your civilization's evolution and improve its chances of survival. You can prioritize whatever your heart desires, but remember that the heart is idiotic at best. So use your head instead. That's a pretty good motto to live by. Well, unless you're mining stone, of course. Onwards and upwards.
Like I said, the narrator, it's pretty funny. But yeah, my friends, let's just, like I said, wait for the...
Is this what counts as research nowadays? Someone just scooped up some mud and decided to paint the first thing that came into their head. Actually, it isn't the worst idea.
Okay, so our very first building is about to be completed, so let's start working on the second one, because there are people around, so why not? Alright, so let's go into the construction menu. We have unlocked the reservoir. The reservoir is also kind of important. Yeah, let's put it somewhere around here. Let's try to connect it to a road. The reservoir will fill up with water that comes from the water pump. It is a place where your nuggets will go to drink clean water so they don't get sick. And it provides water during winter when, you know, the cold freezes the lake and prevents you from getting additional water. Yeah, sure, okay.
This water pump system is rather advanced for such a young civilization. I mean, sure, it's built out of rocks, wood, and a bit of string, but impressive nonetheless.
Well, that's right, especially for a civilization that just came into fruition. Now, let's take a look. This is Adderley, that's not who we are looking for. We're looking for Stoned and Sticky. Well, they are the other couple in this colony, even though they, you know, let's not think about their family relationship, right? We need babies and we can't think too much about those kinds of things. Now, what do you want now? What can I ask? Backbreaking work. I heard the power to create miracles. Blah blah blah. Help Ilu finish their hut using telekinetic powers to deliver the resources. I'm on it.
This one is just being lazy.
True. But they also have a point. So I'm going to assume that it is this building that we need to complete. Finish their hut. Maybe not. Maybe it's this thing. Probably this thing. So let's go into the power, select telekinesis, and see. We need stone and we need wood, right? So it's been a while since I played the game. You need to press Control to activate the power thingy, and then you just go like this.
So, you've uprooted a tree. Now what?
Now I uproot another one, and bam! Now we have the wood necessary. Now we pick up a big stone, and bam! A stone for stoned houses. Wow, that sentence is so difficult I can't pronounce it correctly. In any case, I bet you guys understood what I meant. This is a way for you to speed up construction, because, you know, that way your dudes don't need to go out and mine the stuff themselves. You can just pick it up for them. There we go, beautiful. And yeah, this is going to allow us to have water for winter, which is actually not that far away. And this is going to let Sticky and Stoned get a home for themselves, and their baby probably is going to be called Stone Axe, because, you know, it's a stone and a stick. And there we go, so now we have another residential, and now the cool thing, my friends, in this game, every house is slightly different, and they have different occupational numbers or whatever, you know, given enough time, your nuggets will actually beautify their home. Like, it is actually pretty cool, the things that they pull off sometimes. So hopefully we'll be able to see some of those things soon enough. But now we are working on the reservoir, which is pretty cool, and the fishing hut is almost done. This is the next building that we are going to put down, because that is going to allow us to accumulate a little bit of food for winter. But right now, food is not exactly a major issue. We still have a little bit of food here and there. So the first year is not exactly crucial. It's not like you have a bunch of mouth to feed anyway, so... Oh, and would you look at that? The reservoir is now operational. So, this thing, the water pump, has an output of 30 water per minute. I don't know. I am going to assume it's per minute, which is going to fill up this reservoir, and then the reservoir is going to filtrate that water into 7 units of drinkable water. This is the amount of water that you have for your nuggets to drink. This is safe water. If you don't have any of this water, they will just drink from the lake and get sick from time to time. But it's better if you have just drinkable water available to them. So, yeah.
Creator, just out of curiosity, how good are you at foot rubs?
Not that good. Not that good. But that actually doesn't matter too much, narrator, because now we have the fishing hut, our very first food production building. There we go, a fishing pier. And, well, this is a pretty vast ocean, which is pretty nice, because there is a fish population. There is such a thing as overfishing in this game, so you kind of want to pay some attention to that. Let's put our fishing pier right there, close to...
Did you know that some fish can be eaten raw? However, if it slaps you once or twice across the face, you know it's not quite ready for consumption yet.
True story. Probably you want to wait a little bit more. But yeah, as we can see over there, we have a fish quantity. Fish will reproduce, so yeah, like you don't need to be extremely worried. But yeah, once again, you should kind of be careful. No, you don't want to completely send the fish population into extinction. But you know, if you have just 1 or 2 fishing piers, you don't need to worry about it too much. So right now, how about we speed up the process using a little bit of telekinesis, shall we say?
A little weak, Creator.
What are you calling weak, bruh? You might be the narrator, but I am God here, okay?
You look a little confused.
No, I'm not.
Don't worry, I expected as much. I know you have questions, but you'll learn everything in time, on your own, without bothering me.
Narrator, I am God. I am all-knowing, all-seeing, all-present. I know everything there is to know already, so how dare you question my intelligence? I am deeply offended, and if you were a physical creature, I would snap you from existence. Oh, we still don't have offensive powers, so... disregard that, narrator. You'll live. For today. But yeah, as you can see, our nuggets are already afraid of me. I threatened the narrator, and they were like, "Bruh, let me worship this deity, because otherwise he might snap me from existence. Let's build a temple for him. Let's just do it." So yeah, the temples and houses are stuff that your nuggets will build by themselves. Pretty much everything else must be placed by you. And okay, assigning workers, sure thing. I'm on it. Let's assign a nugget over here. Adi, okay, you are the first dude. You get to be priest. Okay. There we
Good
go.
to see you fighting the unemployment rate. The trees must be undergoing significant stress. They've started to go bald.
Very well. So yeah, this is a temple. In here, you get to do very nasty things to your nuggets. Okay? Very nasty things. But for now, we are not that kind of vengeful god, right? We are just going to let them do their thing. So yeah, now we have the fishing pier on its way. It's actually pretty nice if they could get it done, because like the narrator said, autumn is here, so winter is right on the corner. Getting a little bit of fish for winter, probably a good idea. So yeah, let's see. What are we missing? A little bit of wood. How about we, whoop, one wood over there, and another tree over there. That completes the necessary ingredients to get that rolling. So I bet you that once they stop making sweet love, they will get going on the building side of things. Okay, so primitive cooking is done. I kind of want to get to town hall as fast as possible. Let's go and unlock that, because with your town hall, you got a building where pretty much you get to, how should I put it? Right now I have to assign workers by hand. Your town hall is pretty much the building that does that for you. Because this is a god game. We don't want to do anything. We are god. We are just observers, right? Having to interact with the game, no. Okay, just no. We want to automate that. Right, so yeah, the town hall is actually pretty useful, because eventually your civilization is going to grow into extraordinary sizes, and micromanaging that many workers, it's like a big no-no. So yeah, let's get that rolling so that the nuggets can rule themselves. After all, we can't be expected to do everything for them now, can we? Like, for example, selecting a fisher, which is going to be Ilu, because she is the second in line to get anything. And wait a second. Did I see... Oh, look at that! A baby who is already made and aged into into a worker. Alright, so the only thing we need is another male nugget so that we can pair them up to make more babies, because you know, we kind of want to make as many babies as nuggetly possible right now. Our worker population is very, very small, and if for some reason something bad happens, yeah, it would be a good idea to have more nuggets laying around. But well, my friends, it is time to build the eatery, the building that we unlocked. Now, most buildings in the game, they have a set consumption of both water and later on electricity, and they also generate pollution and stuff like that. So, right now, we are inputting 30 water per minute, right? This thing consumes 5 water per minute, meaning that our output will be reduced to 25. That is not exactly big problem, at least for now, but eventually, if we build enough stuff, we are going to need to you know, build more water pumps and more reservoirs. In fact, you know what, having another reservoir probably a good idea, because you know, we only have 30 units of water, and then during winter your reservoirs will provide the water output that your buildings need. So, how about we take care of that by building one reservoir right there next to the temple? Come on, there we go. Position is not exactly super important. However, as your city gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you will want to have one reservoir here and there to provide spots for your nuggets to go drink. Otherwise, they have to come from the other side of the planet to have a drink, and you know, that kind of sucks. You know. So yeah, we kind of want to build a bunch of water coolers around this place, right? Now, my friends, at least in the early game, always remember to pair up your nuggets so that they get to do, you know, make more nuggets as fast as possible. You know, you want to grow your population relatively quick, especially in the early game, because your nuggets have an expiration date. They will perish. They are mortal, unlike ourselves. We are gods, they are not, and so you kind of want to have more workers to replace them once, you know, they meet their inevitable end, right? And would you look at that, my friends, winter is almost here, so I hope that we have accumulated enough water, which we probably did, to keep our nuggets supplied during winter. Because with snow coming, this lake is about to freeze, I'm pretty certain. So yeah. Now let's take a look at the research. Town hall is coming pretty nice. Let's see. Now, these researches over here, they are pretty useful. They give you +1 drinking water capacity in your reservoirs. They give you, like this one also gives you capacity. This gives refill rate, meaning the output thingy. No. This increases the speed of filtration. And this one does a little bit of both of them. But there is a few things that I kind of want to do. Like, for example, getting into hunting, kind of useful, right? Agriculture also useful, but not as useful. So, you know what? Let's get the hunting recipe going. The cemetery, yeah, super. In fact, cemetery is actually even more important than hunting because, yeah, you want to get cemeteries as fast as possible. The second one Nugget dies, you want to bury him or her, right? So yeah, let's get that going, and then we can get into hunting. This is not super important right now, so let's get the calendar. Oh, that tree is full, but the calendar is also pretty useful, so that you can have a little bit of forecast of when seasons are about to change. And like, for example, right now we are freezing over, so here comes winter.
Have you
That's
invested in
fine.
a few reservoirs, Creator? If not, trying to survive winter with your pumps frozen solid will probably convince you to.
Well, we are covered, I'm pretty certain. And even if we are not, well, there is always solutions, even though they are not exactly ideal, but that's fine. I'm pretty certain we have more than enough water to survive a winter. Besides, the eatery is still not complete, so there is very little water consumption going. And yeah, right now we just need to wait a little bit for winter to pass. Our nuggets have been kind of busy making more nuggets, which is always nice. And yeah, now in your temple, my friends, you can see your alignment. It is kind of
I can't
important.
say I'm a fan of nugget delicacies, but it should keep everyone relatively alive and happy. They do seem to brew some interesting beverages, though. Apologies.
Okay, the narrator is getting a little bit too drunk on nugget wine. But yeah, my friend, as I was saying, in the temple you can see your alignment.
Winter is here, Creator. I have a great survival tip for you. Where did I put it? I'll get back to you.
Or, you know, I don't know what I was saying, but whatever. In here you can see what your nuggets think about you. It is kind of important to be on this side in order to generate points, because the closest you are to an evil god, the less points you will generate. However, nugget sacrifices will net you more points per sacrifice. So it's one of those balances. It's all up to you, of course, but in the early game, because you don't have a lot of nuggets, kind of important to go towards the good side of things. And there is very little evil that you can actually pull off, so, you know, it's one of those things. Now let's just wait for winter to go through and, you know, our researches to complete. Getting the town hall is kind of important, like I said, to get the automated nugget placement in the workplace, and then we can get the cemetery as well. But well, my friends, if taking care of that nuggets is kind of important, it is also kind of important preventing your nuggets from dying in the first place, don't you think? And we have just unlocked, not the engineers as well. That's kind of very important as well, but I kind of wanted to get the other one. Where is it? Ah, here it is. The hospital, preventing nugget death. Kind of an important thing. And then would you look at that, our hospital fits right in that little space. I think the planets are randomly generated, because, you know, there is a planet seed, so I assume planets are randomly generated, so we are kind of lucky that we got precisely the amount of space that we needed. And given that we had unlocked the engineer's hut, let's build one. Now, engineer's hut provide maintenance to your buildings, otherwise they will start falling apart. However, you, as a god, have the power to repair them. Obviously, right? You are a god, you can do whatever you want, but still, if you can get your nuggets to do that for you, why not, right?
Creator, I'm hearing reports of nuggets narrowly avoiding death by falling debris. maybe it's a good idea to invest in some more engineers' huts.
Well, see precisely what I said. Now, this one is scripted to go off when you build your first engineer's hut. However, right, like our engineer's hut is still a long way away, right? What we can do, if we already have the power available, we can rejuvenate this thing by activating our godly powers. And there we go. Now this residential is no longer falling apart. I mean, they have been doing things inside of that hut that probably damaged the structure. Violent nugget making, shall we say? But still, you know, it's let's not accustom the nuggets to repair the damage that they do. They should be a little bit more careful with their nugget making activities, shall we say? Well, someone needs something. What's going on? Find my lost nugget. Well, one nugget got lost in the middle of the forest, and it's going to be murderized by a pack of wolves. That's not good. I'm on it. Now, my friends,
I hope you find more than just bones, Creator. Every nugget counts.
Now, my friends, I find this mission to be a little bit difficult because you have to look for a needle in a stack of needles in the middle of a haystack. But in order to help you out, you just need to listen. Find the wolf cry and move towards it. So that's precisely what I'm going to start doing. See if I can find the nugget. Oh, here we go. We're getting close. We are getting close. Where are you? It's getting stronger. There we go. Hello, beautiful. Hello, don't worry. I am a peaceful god. I am here to rescue, take you.
Can someone please get that nugget a fresh pair of underwear?
Well, I believe that probably a fresh pair of underwear is just it's not enough, right? But I came in here and I saved you with my holy powers. And now let me gently put you down. Gently. Don't be too violent with your nuggets, because they are not that tough, okay? Definitely don't drop the nugget from a very high height, okay? Don't do it, because it's not going to be beautiful, let me tell you. Okay? In any case, our engineer's hut is done. Let's assign a dude or dudette to go do engineer thingies, but we have unlocked the town hall, which means we no longer need to assign anyone to do anything. We can just put the town hall somewhere around here, like for example in here, next to the eateries, because
Things are beginning to look green and happy again. Let's take a moment to appreciate it before you do something wrong.
Oh, don't worry about that. If I do something wrong, I'm certain I'll be able to do something right to correct it. In any case, we are going to put our town hall right next to the eatery because, public servants also need to eat, and that way they don't have an excuse not to work. They are right next to the restaurant. You don't get an extended lunch break. You go, you eat, and you go back to work. Okay? Okay, bureaucrats. So cool. This one is going to take just a little bit of time because they have to remove these. They need to remove all of this stone. This is more than 9 stone, the required stuff, right? So they need to remove it first, and then they can start the building process. But that's totally fine, totally fine. Our hospital also took a little bit because there was a big stack of stone there, but as we can see, our nuggets got it done relatively quickly. Alright, we got another thing unlocked, pretty cool. The cemetery, this is one of the... okay, the cemetery doesn't fit in there. Not cool game. Where am I gonna put you? Where am I gonna put you? I don't have any space around here. Every road is extremely tight. That's a residential, okay. Okay, that's fine. We don't need a path, okay? We can put it right next to the hospital because this is Stone Age medicine. Alright, the wolf was not happy with our decision. how should I put it? This is Stone Age medicine. You are 50% likely to survive any intervention, even if it is just to check if you have a fever, because they are going to bash a rock in your head to see if you have a fever. Because, the theory is if the rock breaks, you have a fever. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Don't question it. It's Stone Age technology. We can't understand it. It's lost knowledge. Okay, no one gets it. But oh well, our hospital, it is done. We luckily didn't get any sick Nugget so far, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to happen in the near future. So, in the hospital, your witch doctor is going to go around collecting himself a couple of herbs, if I can find any. Those are food thingies. But yeah, there are like these thingies. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, here we go. Deadly seed, for example. These things are herbs, right? They collect these things and they turn them into medicine. And then they use the medicine to cure the ailments of your nuggets. So now we have a governor. The only thing we have to do is just assign the first one. You know what? Ulaki, you're going to be governor.
I thought that building was just a decoration.
Nah, it's not. And now, the governor over here is going to auto-assign 75% of our workforce into, like, people that do jobs. Like, this job was not assigned and now it is. So, yeah, like, all of these jobs were not assigned and now they are. Because, this population can actually work and it is within the range. Now you can...
The summer sun is excellent for slow roasting a few nuggets.
And then I am the evil god, right? So yeah, like for example, right now in the early game, I don't advise you to increase this percentage too much, because you have very little amount of manpower, and therefore you kind of want to have a little bit of laborers going around collecting stuff. But once you get into a higher population, you want to increase that number significantly, because 10% of a population of 600, it's still a lot of people not actually working, so it's one of those things. But for now, low amount of workers, so we are going to let it be at 75%. And now we have unlocked the last technology that we are going to get in this episode, my friends. The not the stone hut, the hunter's hut. There we go. These guys will hunt and protect your civilization. They will go around collecting animals to, provide food for yourself. And, if any bad wolves decide to attack us, they will also, attack them. I don't think I can put it over here now, can I? Nope, Nah, I can't put it over there. I kind of wanted to, it would be pretty flush and tight. But I see that I can't. Okay, that's fine. Like I said, you can build over...
That looked important.
Can I have a moment for myself, please? Thank you. I'll see you in a moment, okay? Now, like for example, like I said, you can build over roads. That is not going to impact the other road. This one over here is only going to impact this one. Meaning in the future this road is not going to be created. But as we can see, it ends right there, so it's totally fine to overlap with the road. And what the hell do you
researched hunting. Let's hope nuggets don't cause a period of mass extinction.
Don't worry.
You love pearl deers. It's just unfortunate they taste so good.
Okay, don't worry about that. Now there is this thing auto-select researches for you if it goes idle, but that doesn't really matter. What do you want? Heal a nugget. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's easy. I'm on it. Where is the nugget? Where is the nugget that needs to be healed
the
up?
nugget creator. I can't bear to watch someone be sick. It makes my insides turn. Out of worry, of course.
Bam! Here we go. Very simple. You just select the nugget itself and then you rejuvenate. But my friends, I think we have extended ourselves long enough for a very first episode. We have established a pretty nice early colony over here where all the needs of our nuggets are being met. So right now, I think we can leave for future we can leave any other expansion for future me to do. And well, my friends, I hope that you will enjoy this series, and I hope that you have enjoyed the intro that I made for this series. Probably one of the best that I've made so far, so I hope that you have enjoyed it. But with all of that said, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye.